Good morning and welcome to the BBC Morning Show. This is Julie Duffy with the latest on this monumental crisis that is hitting the United States, known as the Babylon virus. What we are witnessing is the event that many have predicted, but hoped would never happen. An event that many are calling the end of the world as we know it. In the last week, a virus of unknown origin has ripped through the western United States and has made its way through to the East Coast. In the most recent reports, the death toll in the United States is at an estimated 24.5 million people, with another 72 million possibly infected. All major international airports and roadways have been shut down, and for the first time since the United States has been a democracy, a complete moratorium has been executed for the mainland U.S. Communication within the United States has been extremely difficult with a loss of most phone connections, cellular phones, internet, and television. A state of martial law has been in effect for the entire United States for almost a week and citizens are not allowed to leave their homes. Scientists are at a loss to say what the exact nature of the virus is or where it comes from, but some researchers in London believe that there is a strong possibility that this may not be a virus at all. There is speculation that this is the result of a toxic spill originating from military chemicals. However, scholars throughout the majority of Britain completely refute that. Staff at Oxford University have made a statement that it is entirely possible that the virus has already infected people outside of the United States. However, reports of infection outside of the United States are not being reported at this time. We will continue to bring you the latest coverage of this incident as it becomes available. This is the BBC Radio with a special update.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you this emergency action notification. This is an emergency action notification message. The following message is being transmitted by order of the President of the United States and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. At approximately 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the President of the United States issued the following statement. The United States government has concluded, after hours of deliberation and assessment of the current situation, that the most appropriate course of action to take during this crisis is evacuation of the most populated centers to designated military sites. An evacuation order of the entire United States to these areas will be put into effect as of 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow morning. Please stay tuned to this station for that information. The Federal Emergency Management Agency will provide you with more information at that time. Citizens of the United States are advised to remain indoors until military personnel come to your home or dwelling. Do not let anyone into your home. Keep all doors and windows locked and remember to shut off all heating and ventilation systems as a precaution. Please be advised that you are now mandated to go to the assigned areas unless infected. However, staying in infected areas greatly increases your chances to be infected. The Centers for Disease Control have placed the number of deaths from the Babylon virus at this time at over 24.5 million. Please stay tuned to this station for any and all updates, and stay tuned to this station for all relocation information. You are listening to the emergency alert system. All broadcast and cable systems shall transmit this message. This is WBZ. We will continue to serve the Boston area. If you are not in this area, please tune to a station with news and information for your assigned area. We interrupt all broadcasting to bring you this administrative message. This is an administrative message. All All broadcast and cable channels will broadcast this message. Please stand by for a message from the Federal Emergency Management Agency.
Citizens of the United States who have made it through the night, good morning to you. I am here today acting on the orders of the President, the Senate, and the House Judiciary Committee, as well as my own staff and advisors at FEMA. Due to the catastrophic effects of this virus that is ripping through the United States, the President and all members of Congress have approved an involuntary evacuation order within the mainland United States. They have also approved an extension of quarantine and moratorium within the United States, until further notice. We are all in agreement that in the time since first contact, this killer is only getting stronger, so our reaction must be equally strong. What this means is that due to the spread of this disease, and its lethality, citizens are no longer allowed to occupy safe residences, no matter how secure, or privately stocked. The U.S. military is urging citizens to report for transportation to safe zones voluntarily, and asking that those that are infected do not come out for transportation. We ask that if there is someone in the residence or building that is infected, that you hang a white sheet or towel of some sort to let us know. The President, in accordance with the FEMA Home Act, has decided to institute the following evacuation plan. Military personnel will begin moving people out of their shelters and homes in 1 hour at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, starting in the Eastern Time Zone, and working westward every hour thereafter. Citizens will not be allowed to take any personal belongings to the shelter. Remember, this is a temporary stay. When this crisis is over, citizens will be allowed to return to their homes. Here's the evacuation information.
Citizens of the United States that are located in the Eastern Time Zone will be escorted by military personnel to the following places. All states north of the Mason-Dixon line will go to the following places: Kokomo, Indiana; Martins Air Force Base, Maryland; Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, Dayton, Ohio; Raven Rock, Pennsylvania; Mount Pony and Culpeper, Virginia; and White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia. All states south of the Mason-Dixon line in the Eastern Time Zone will go to Dobbins Air Force Base in Marietta, Georgia. Citizens of the United States that are located in the Central Time Zones will be escorted by military personnel to one of the following locations: for the Kansas area, Hutchinson, Kansas City, and Kinsley; for the Texas area, Calvert, Fort Hood, and Fort Stockton, Texas. In the Mountain Time Zones, citizens will be escorted to the following areas: for the New Mexico area, Albuquerque, Carlsbad, Cordova, Dulce Base, Dayton, Sandia Base, Los Alamos, and White Sands; for the Wyoming area, Riverton; for the Utah area, Salt Lake City; for the Montana area, Bozeman, Montana; for the Colorado area, Colorado Mountains, Creed, Delta, Denver International Airport, Falcon Air Force Base, Fort Collins, Grand Mesa, Gorange, San Juan Valley, University of Denver, and Worden Valley west of Fort Collins. Citizens of the United States that are located in the Pacific Time Zones will be escorted by military personnel to one of the following locations: for the California area, 29 Palms, Death Valley, Catalina Island, Edwards Air Force Base, Fort Irwin, Lancaster, and the Tehachapi facility in Northrop, California; for the Arizona area, Luke Air Force Base, Munns Park, Page, Sedona, Wickoop, and the Yucca Mountains; for the Oregon area, Cave Junction, Crater Lake, Klamath Falls, and Weimar; for the Washington area, Mount Rainier, and the Yakima Indian Reservation; for the Nevada area, Nellis Air Force Base, Fallon Air Force Base, Henderson, Mercury, and San Gabriel. These instructions will be retransmitted in 1 minute. Please stand by. You are listening to the emergency alert system. All broadcast and radio stations shall transmit this message. You are listening to WBZ. We will continue to serve the Boston area. Please stand by for retransmission. This broadcast to bring you this emergency action notification. This is a national emergency. Please stand by. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the United States government. The United States military is ordering all citizens to belay the previous order of the President and FEMA, and to immediately return to their homes. All citizens are advised to shut and lock all doors and windows and to move away from all windows and doors. Reports have come in from the cities of New York, Cleveland, Trenton, Boston, Hartford, Bangor, Portsmouth, Montpelier, Worcester, Keene, and Providence, that the United States military was met with a large force of infected people who attacked the units as they attempted to evacuate people from their homes. Reports state that these are residents that have been believed dead by the virus, but apparently attacked the military in extreme numbers. It is unclear how many people were lost during this event. At this time, the President is ordering all citizens to remain indoors until further notice and to not leave their homes for any reason unless directed by the civil authorities. This is an emergency action notification. All broadcast and cable stations shall transmit this emergency message. The President has ordered all citizens to immediately return into their homes, and to lock all doors and windows. This is WBZ. We will continue to serve the Boston area. Interrupt all broadcasting to bring you this administrative message. All broadcast and cable channels will broadcast this message. Please stand by for a message from the United States government.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Secretary of the Interior. My fellow Americans, it is with the most heavy of hearts that I announce to you that as of 4:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the President of the United States has died from complications attributed to the Babylon virus at the George Washington University Hospital. At this time, several members of the President's cabinet are infected as well, and have been taken to the hospital. In the interim, I will be taking over the President's duties until we sort through this grave disaster that has befallen all of us. Thank you.
That was a message from the Secretary of the Interior. This has been an administrative message. Please remember to stay indoors and to not leave your residence for any reason unless directed by the civil authorities. This is WBZ. We will continue to serve the Boston area. We interrupt all broadcasting to bring you this civil danger warning. This is a civil danger warning. The following message is being transmitted by order of the United States government. Reports have been coming in over the last 12 hours of infected groups invading the homes of people who are seeking shelter. Reports are coming from Worcester, Boston, Hartford, Miami, Raleigh, Charleston, Virginia Beach, Tacoma, Denver, Dallas, Fort Worth, Los Angeles, and many other cities. It is now the order of the President that the United States military begin to control and deal with this situation. Therefore, all citizens receiving this message are advised to move to a basement or bomb shelter in the lowest part of your home or building. Remember, do not go outdoors, and do not let anyone into your residence. If you do not have a basement or bomb shelter, please move the centermost part of your residence. Please stay away from all windows and glass doors. Place as many objects between you and exterior walls. The military will begin operations at noon, Eastern Standard Time. There is a strong possibility that weapons fires and small explosives will be used. All citizens are mandated to remain indoors, as going outside will put your life in danger. All residents are advised to stay tuned to this station for all updates. This is WHDH. We will continue to serve the Metro Boston area. If you are not in this area, please tune to a station providing news and information for your area. This has been a civil danger warning.
A thousand years from now on, the flame of life's gone out. We are the frozen wasteland, no living trace, no sound. The world had died in anguish, the ashes turned to dust. Fire and ice, blackness of night, man's evolution has lost. Don't tell me that we didn't know, and that we haven't been told.